Donald Trump just had another Oval Office meltdown in front of a foreign leader. Do we have to make a habit of this? Welcome back to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Anyone still stinging from that awful and embarrassing Oval Office confrontation between Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky earlier this year, please take note. This story will be satisfying. First, the background. As you might recall, in recent weeks, Donald Trump admitted several dozen white South Africans to the United States under refugee status. This, as his administration also denied refugees from the wars in Gaza and Ukraine the same status. He's also denied refugee resettlement to Afghans who aided the U.S. government during the occupation of Afghanistan. And he recently revoked refugee status for thousands of Venezuelans. Check out this justification.
You're welcoming white South Afrikaners into the country as refugees when you've closed off that door to a lot of other refugees from other parts of the world. What message does that send to those who say it isn't? Why is that fair?
Well, I think if I see people in distress, I don't care what color, what they look like, what anything, their size, their height, their eyes, I don't care. But I think that from all evidence, the farmers in South Africa are being treated brutally, and it's been reported, and nobody wants to cover it. But they happen to be white, and if they were black, I'd do the exact same thing. And we treat people very well when we see there's a genocide going on. So if it's a genocide, that's terrible, and I happen to believe it could very well be. South Africa's out of control, and it's been out of control for a long time, and the media doesn't report it. And I'm not looking for reporting, because, believe me, it's easier for me not to do anything. It's a lot easier because I don't get nasty questions like that. But the fact is that we're about saving lives, and we're going to do that. So we've made a home, and we'll make a home for other people that are treated badly, no matter what their color.
You buying that? If so, I have some property in Florida to show you. Moving on. You're going to love where this goes. So much of Trump's justification for allowing South Africans into the country comes from Elon Musk, who has spread false allegations of white genocide in the country.
Now, in the backdrop of diplomatic tensions between the U.S. and South Africa, Elon Musk has once again accused the South African government of racial discrimination. Musk accused the South African government of, quote, promoting white genocide in South Africa. Musk, the head of the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency, posted a video of South African political leader Julius Malema. The video purportedly shows Malema leading supporters who are singing a controversial song from the apartheid era. Musk has described an incitement to violence against white farmers. Notably, the 1960s incident marked the country's anti-apartheid struggle. Musk has been accusing the South African government of passing a law that legalizes snatching property from white people in the name of land reforms. He also claimed that his company, Starlink, has been denied license to operate in South Africa because he's not black.
Now South Africa is clapping back, and in a major way. Today, Donald Trump met South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. Trump again reiterated his claims of genocide, which, like I said, have no factual basis. See our other videos here on the channel for more on that. Trump claimed genocide in front of Cyril Ramaphosa, and the South African president had a thing or two to say about it. Now, these clips do run a few minutes, but it's important to watch all of them to understand the full exchange.
What would it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Well, I can answer that for the president. It's, for him, no, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer that. It will be,
Our president will respond to you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. President.
it will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here. When we have talks between us on the around a quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them. I'm not going to be repeating what I've been saying. I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me. So it'll take him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
But, Mr. President, I must say that we have, wait. We have thousands of stories talking about it.
Sure.
And we have documentaries, we have news stories and that. Is Natalie here? Somebody here to turn that? I could show you a couple of things, and I have to. It has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would. And turn the lights down. Turn the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you, Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yeah. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are. So whatever we want to do, we can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament.
Our government policy is completely against what he was saying, even in the parliament. And they're a small minority party, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
But you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can take land.
And then when they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is
nothing happens to them.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately, through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people. And we have now
the farmers are black. The farmers are not black. I don't say that's good or bad, but the farmers are not black. And the people that are being killed in large numbers, and you saw all those grave sites, and those are people that loved ones going, I guess on a Sunday morning, they told me, to pay respect to their loved ones that were killed. Their heads chopped off. They died violently. And, you know, I mean, we're here to talk about it, and I didn't know we'd get involved here. But I will say this, that if the news wasn't fake like NBC, which is fake news totally, one of the worst, ABC, NBC, CBS, horrible. But if they weren't fake news like this jerk that we have here, if we had real reporters, they'd be covering it. But the fake news in this country doesn't talk about that. They don't want to talk about it, but now they have to talk about it. But they won't. This won't even be a subject. They'll have him talking about why did a country give a free, think of this, why did a country give an airplane to the United States Air Force? Okay, the United States, not to me, to the United States Air Force, so they could help us out, because we need an Air Force One until that's Air Force One, it's being built, 2 of them being built. But Boeing's a little bit late, unfortunately. So why did they give us a plane to the United States Air Force? That's what that idiot talks about after viewing a thing where thousands of people are dead.
I'm sorry, I don't have a plane to give you.
I wish you did. I'd take it. I would take it. If your country offered the United States Air Force a plane, I would take it.
Okay.
I have to say, in addition to President Ramaphosa's soothing voice, he handles himself so well there, especially because he probably wasn't expecting a debate over a non-existent white genocide in his nation. He was here for trade negotiations, for goodness sakes. And for the record, 8 farmers were killed last year in South Africa, but only 1 was white. That is a crime, but that's not genocide. The fact is, South Africa has incredible wealth imbalances. The Associated Press reports that white people comprise only about 7% of the population of South Africa, but they control a staggering 72% of the land ownership. That's a holdover from apartheid, which, of course, is a bad thing, and it is something the South African government is trying to rectify with some of these laws. If only we could try that here, with billionaires who don't pay fair taxes or real estate barons who gouge their renters. Take your guess as to who I'm referring to. But that's another conversation for another time. For now, President Ramaphosa has done a fine job defending his nation's honor, and Trump has humiliated himself and the United States yet again. It's not just the fake news and confusion of facts, it's that he basically admits he took an airliner from Qatar as a bribe and that he would do the same as South Africa offered. Real classy. Welcome to the United States of pay-to-play and stupidity, a land of corruption and fake news from our highest offices. Forget draining the swamp. It's time to fumigate Washington. This is Occupy Democrats.